Hi, this is the video submission for our final project for Chris Kaczynski, Deanna Diedrich, and Nam Nguyen. We created a travel agency called Travel Right, where a user can book a flight, rent a car, and pay for airport parking all in one place. We used a MySQL database for this, and because the COD server went down towards the end of when the project was due, we decided to host everything locally using MAP. So here is our database. Here are all of our tables. We have a flight table, which stores all of the flight information when someone books a flight. An inventory table, which shows how many cars are available, how many parking spots are available. Here's an orders table, which has more information for the particular cars and the particular parking spots. This seat table is the seats on an airplane. The shopping cart table is for when a user actually puts an actual flight or a car or a parking spot inside their shopping cart. The time is a table that has the flight times, the arrival and departure times for particular flights. And the users table is the login information for a particular user. So this is our website. Again, our company is called Travel Right. You have three different options here. This is to book a plane, this is to rent a car, and this is to reserve a parking spot. And you'll see that here in the drop down. It's just a different way to get to it. So the first thing that we need to do is create a user account. So we'll go to sign up. I'll create a user called Chris with the password 12345 and enter the information here. Will be 123 Street, Atlanta, Georgia 30341. And then we'll register. It'll bring us back to the home page where we could log in. So again, username was Chris, and the password was 12345. We logged on. We could see here in the users table that my information was indeed submitted. So now this is to book a flight. We have options for one-way or round trip. And then in this drop down, for now, we can only pick between these four cities. So let's just pick from Los Angeles to Atlanta. Say we want to depart tomorrow and return the 10th. Now, when you hit submit, sorry, let me show the full screen. You have the departure information here, and you have the return information here. It's $300, so it would be $600 round trip. This is where you could pick your seats. We just added a few different seats to the seats table. And when you add to the cart, and before I go to the cart, I will show you renting a car and reserving a parking spot. So the car size or the car options here, we have SUV, compact, midsize, or luxury. So depending on which one you pick, it will depend on the price. So the SUVs are $20. I'm sorry, the compact are $20. The midsize are $25. SUV is $30, and the luxury is $35. So we'll just pick SUV, and those are per day rates. So we'll just say we have it for one day. And then when we add that to the cart, let's do the parking next. And those things are being added to the cart as we go. So parking is pretty straightforward. We don't even need to add one of those to the cart. So you pick which days you want, which day and time you want to leave it, which day and time you want to come pick your car back up. And then you have regular and VIP. There are different price points for each of these, but that's pretty straightforward. So if we go back to, let's go to checkout now, and you'll see that the SUV fee is here. It's $30 because we only had it for one day. And then here's our flight. You can see that we're going from LA to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta back to LA. So this is a round trip ticket. It's $300. I'm sorry, the price before was actually for the round trip, $300. So this is our checkout page. Let's see, so we could fill in our billing information. This doesn't need to be perfect. And we have the option to make it a different address or the same. With the credit card, it does validate what you entered. Let's just enter that. So when you go to the next one, it'll be Visa. If it was a number that started with 3, sorry, it'll be a MasterCard, but yep, so Visa there. Then you enter your security code, the name on the card, expiration date, and an email address. And you can submit it, and then it'll bring you back to the home page. And we could sign out, and it will clear all of the information in the session. And that is our project.
This segment of the video is going to be about the code. For this project, we use CSS, HTML, and PHP. So here we've got just a basic home page, really not much to it. It connects to the connect.php and the header.php, which I'll go through those. Connect is basically where we initialize the connection for the database. We use SQL for that. Mostly that's just for the user information, username, password, database to store orders, and basically all the information we'll need. The login page is pretty simple, not much to it. We just have the SQL, we use queries to make sure the information typed in, the user field, the password field matches and it's correct, and if it's good, you get logged in. So the user tables file contains most of all the customer information. Of course, it's connected to the database, and it stores the customer ID, first name, last name, login information, and it has code to output all that information and prints it out. Also ties into the profile page. This basically just has all the code to get all the information from the user tables. This is basically what the services code is going to look like. This is the one for booking a flight. Basically has all the information you would need if you were really booking a flight, where you're coming from, where you're going. The PHP section includes all the queries, just basically to make sure that the user is typing in or selecting options that make sense and everything's correct, so that we can find them the flight that they need. So this is the checkout page, very basic, just like a regular checkout page. You type in all your information and it gets validated. We've got several functions in here for validating your card information, checking if there's coupons, validating the shipping information, which is all typed in above right here. So where we've got all that and you type everything in and it gets validated.